So imagine you're playing in the K Platinum pairs and you've got this massive 20 count. You open 2-no, your partner bumps you to 3-no, and you get the 3 of spades as an opening lead. You ask about leads in carding, and you think for a few more seconds, and then you call for a low spade from the dummy. South sits there and thinks about the hand for about a minute. What do you think they're thinking about? This trick, the whole hand? Finally, they play the 2, you win the 8. What's your line of play here? Does that hesitation impact your decision? Well, the declarer at the table decided that based off of the hesitation, it seems very likely that South is going to have an honor card, and there may be an end play position or a smothering play available, so they play the Queen of Spades at trick 2. So they play the Queen, North plays the King, and so we win the ace over in the East hand, and South follows with the 5. Since North had the King of Spades, South must have the Jack of Spades. So the declarer exited a low spade and was shocked to find South showing out in spades. They ended up scoring up 3-no making and then proceeded to call the director. So here's the full hand. What would you rule about that hesitation at trick 1? Well, for me, I always take my time at trick 1. It doesn't necessarily mean that I have any problem with this trick, but I'd like to think about the whole hand. And any inference that my opponents draw from my hesitation at trick 1 is at their own risk. Now, the director had the same approach. They were like, they're allowed to take as long as they want at trick 1. 3-no making it is. However, East-West were not satisfied. So, after the event, they went and filed an appeal. And this panel of expert directors at the NABC looked at the ruling and at the facts and made their own decision. Unfortunately for South, there was video evidence of what happened. South's hesitation at trick 1 was a lot more than just a hesitation. At trick 1, South studied the dummy for about 10 seconds and then pulled out a card. And then put it back and then folded their hand. They thought for another 40 seconds and then they pulled the same card out and finally played it. Now what do you think they're thinking about? Are they thinking about trick 1 or are they thinking about the whole hand? For me, this greatly changes my impression, and it makes it seem like they are thinking about just this trick and not the full hand. When you look at this hand and you see that they just have a double tin spade, there's not really a whole lot for them to be thinking about in terms of which card they should play at trick 1, unless it is an attempt to deceive the declarer. The panel agreed, and they ended up changing the result on the board to 3-no making 4. So let me know what you think about this board, the ruling, and the appeal. And until next time, happy bridging.